Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Silk issue 7. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno, episode 143, and that show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show, and here are the exclusive comics. We have Held Child, issue 2, Action Comics, issue 51, Joyride, issue 1, Hyperion, issue 2, The Totally Awesome Hulk, issue 5, Lois and Clark, issue 7, Wonder Woman, issue 51, The Extraordinary X-Men, issue 9, Nova, issue 6, Power Man and Iron Fist, issue 3, Captain Marvel, issue 4, Poison Ivy, issue 4, All New Hawkeye, issue 6, Injustice Gods Among Us, issue 8, Cry Havoc, issue 4, Switch, issue 3, Huck, issue 6, and Titans Hunt, issue 7. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno, episode 143, which is annotated. Now let's start talking about Silk, issue 7. So this is part 3 of our Spider-Woman arc. So yes, we had the Alpha story, we had Spider-Gwen, and now we have Silk. Next week we have Spider-Woman. Now I will say I haven't been loving the Spider-Woman Alpha, or not Alpha, Spider-Woman crossover that much. Spider-Gwen was okay. Spider-Woman Alpha I really didn't like, but I did have hope with Silk because it does seem like this Spider-Woman story is very much Cindy Moon's story. So if they're going to progress that story, it would be within this series. With a gorgeous cover here of Silk happy, Cindy happy with her family. And that is a big theme in this issue. Now, talking about the art style, again, I still like the cartoonia artwork. I still feel like there's sometimes that this art has different proportions for, like, facial expressions. It always changes. It looks a little bit squiggly to me. But I do like her eyes. I think really pops really well in the book. But yeah, I do like the other art style a little bit more. I like the cartoonia art style. But let's see what's going on with the story. Let's see. So with this issue, Cindy can't resist. She goes to see her parents, and she finds out the Cindy Moon of the 65 universe is not great. She kind of leaves her family for no reason, and Cindy doesn't really understand this because Cindy's like, I lost my family. I'm doing everything in my, in my power to try to find them. So who is this Cindy? And why is she so rich? Because she actually ends up going into Cindy's penthouse. And you find out that the Cindy Moon of the 65 universe is a supervillain. And, she kind of fights the goons that worked for her throughout the issue. And then you find out one of the scientists that you meet earlier in the issue is kind of like the Dr. Octopus version of Earth 65, which I really like that cliffhanger. So overall, I actually thought this was a really solid issue, and definitely the best part of the Spider-Woman arc so far. It digs deeper into Cindy's situation, her story with her family, which is not just an important part of this arc, but also an important part of her story within the Silk series. So even if you're not following the Spider-Woman crossover, I think this is a very important issue. You might be a little confused on why she's in Earth 65, but it pertains to both stories. So that I enjoyed a lot. And yeah, I enjoyed the cliffhanger with Dr. Octopus of Earth 65. Thought that was really cool and interesting, and it was just interesting to see Cindy interact with her family. Really liked that. And also the inner monologue was really well done in this book, seeing that Cindy in all hope is like, who is this Cindy Moon? And then she's like, oh god, she's a supervillain. I just love the way they set that up in this issue. First saying, I hope she's not a supervillain. I hope she's not a supervillain. Oh, she's a supervillain. And just like her little sly comments about that. And yeah, this is mostly a Cindy issue, so if you're looking for Jessica and Gwen, they only really have a page or so, and they find out there's another Jessica Drew of Earth 65. And it's them finding out, or, trying to find out, or starting finding out who this Jessica Drew is. So it's going to be Jessica in the next issue doing that for her journey. Another comment I just want to say about the artwork too, I thought it was weird that this version of Reed Richards has the gray hair, and being so young, it's kind of weird in that art style, and obviously we know that Reed Richards has the gray hair, and he was young, not that young, but like in his 20s with it, but still, or 30s, we'll say. It's kind of weird to see it on this kid in this art style. It didn't fit for me, but I understand where they're going with it. But yeah, overall I gave this issue 4 stars. I thought it was a very improved issue of the Spider-Woman arc, and totally recommend it if you're either a Silk fan or just want to see, again, improved story for the Spider-Woman crossover, and interested to see where the Jessica Drew story goes in the next issue. So Silk issue 7 gets 4 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.